All right.
Let me know you're ready.
I'm ready.
Oh.
Well, let me know when you're ready. I'm right next to you.
Yes. Welcome to another episode of the Retro Gamers Podcast, which is very weird, very odd, very. Look at this. It's weird.
3D. How'd you do that?
It's. There's no. Yeah. Look.
By the way, don't touch me.
All right. I forgot about our contract. Welcome to the Retro Gamers Podcast, which we are live to tape here in California, Los Angeles. Yes. Larry here.
And Anthony here.
Yes.
Always here.
This is actually probably the first time that we're actually recording video where we're in the same room.
Yeah, this is outside of when we did Long Island Retro Gaming Expo last year.
Oh, well, yeah.
But this is the first time we're doing it in the same room in my office.
Yep.
In Glendale, California.
Beautiful, sunny, slightly chilly, which is good.
And slightly smoky.
A little bit, too. California, and I gotta say, I've been out here a few times to LA to visit you, not related to any of the wrestling that's been going on.
Yes.
And this is the first time seeing this setup, and I have to say, this looks really good in person.
Well, and it's the first time if you're watching us on YouTube and not listening on all our other channels. This is the first time I'm actually streaming from.
Oh yeah, that's
this
right.
office, because I've always had a Skype problem on my laptop that I couldn't do that split screen. So I've been recording from inside my house. So the backdrop you see is usually my kitchen. Today, actually, you get to see my office, which I have set up like months ago.
The intended backdrop.
Yes. The actual intended backdrop is finally being used.
I'm starting to think maybe you should just get a really long USB extension and just run the camera, run your microphone out here, and just hit play inside and run.
And then run out here. And then you can do the intro for the episode I'm
running
running into my space.
Or we just edit it later, but who would want to do that?
Nah, bad jump cuts. Who wants those?
Yeah, so this is the first time we're doing this from Los Angeles, and I've been out here now a couple of days, and already we've hit up all the spots we've talked about on the show that you've been to and mentioned on the show.
Yeah, a lot of the stores that I frequent over here now, Larry has had the opportunity to visit. We actually also both visited a brand new store while he was here today.
Oh, the one in the...
Yes, we'll talk about those things a little bit later. Yep. But yeah, there's definitely been a lot of retro shopping going on, and I can rest assured, everybody, especially Charlie, there's been no Virtual Boy shopping.
No, actually, I really haven't even seen one.
Yeah, there's a reason.
Now
most people, when they have them, destroy them.
He can see my heart break now in front of him.
I know. Oh, and it makes me smile.
the tears taste wonderful.
Salty.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about all that later because it really, we'll show we did purchase some stuff, and to be honest with you, a lot of it I could have bought at home. Mm-hmm. So I got to figure out a way to get this all home to New York.
The good old U.S. Postal Service.
I don't know about that. At least not coming from out here.
Yeah, Frank, I got a bone to pick with you in the postal office.
Let's first talk about, where we've been playing some games together. We've just kind of been chilling out. We live streamed one game.
Yes.
Super Mario Party.
Yeah, we did some Super Mario Party, which we know, and the new one for the Nintendo Switch, which we know is not a retro game. However, currently, the easiest way for me to stream on my computer is through HDMI, because when I try to stream through AV, I get a lot of video noise.
Yeah, it's basically the old tracking on a VHS tape.
Yeah, and it looks really, really bad. So outside of actually using an emulator on my PC, which I try not to use, I'd rather use my original systems. Mm-hmm. I prefer using the AV, but because the AV is such pain in the ass right now, we've been doing HDMI, and also Super Mario Party goes all the way back to the N64 days, so it just seemed to make sense to try out the new one on our live stream, and I thought it went really well.
No, it went awesome, and you know what? I think we've even said it before. Super Mario Party on the Switch does feel like the original Mario Party on the N64.
It does.
It's not counting the handheld versions. I think it's the 11th Mario Party in the series. Mm-hmm. And it started to waver a little bit with the Wii and the Wii U versions.
Yeah, those were a little tough.
It was weird because I think like the last two on the Wii U, like only one roll of the dice and everybody moved at once.
Oh, that's weird.
It was like you were in a car. It was almost like the game of life.
I never played that one.
Yeah, neither did I. It was very odd. But this one, harken back to really good. And I think the funny spot was about it. We were streaming, and somehow something was picking up the audio. Which I didn't realize a little later in.
Yeah, our intention was not to. Yeah, it was not for people to hear us, but unfortunately,
sure, I insulted somebody.
Yeah, unfortunately that happened. So if we said anything that was not safe for work, we apologize. We can also say in our defense, we streamed on a Saturday, so if you were at work, I feel sorry for you.
That's why we're not live now, because we're recording on a weekday.
That is correct.
But it's the holidays, so coming up Thanksgiving, and we're going to give thanks to everything that we have here.
Yes, I am thankful I do not have a virtual boy.
I'm thankful that one day, hopefully I will, and not that it's going to be under a 20-ton machine.
Yes, but it's going to happen.
Yeah, well,
we know it's going to happen. But circling back to the live streaming that we were talking about, one of the things that I thought we can discuss, and it was an article that we posted, because like I said, I like to live stream directly from the original systems. That's just kind of my way. That's just kind of my way about things. I'm not a big fan of using emulators. And a couple of days ago, we saw that Nintendo won a lawsuit. Against these two websites. One I think it was loveroms.com, and I forgot the name of the other one.
It was here we go. It was LoveRoms. They're owned by the same people.
Owned by the same people. Two people, right? It was two people.
Yeah, you thought Gawker had an issue getting these people are going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
Loveroms.com and loveretro.co.
Yep. They were, so Nintendo won a lawsuit against them. And we saw this actually happen, I think it was a few months ago, when we posted the original article that Nintendo had sent out a cease and desist to these guys to remove everything from their websites, which they did. However, Nintendo still decided to go through with the lawsuit and now have won the sum of $12 million from these people.
It's insane. Looking at the report here, and this is from motherboard.vice.com. So from Vice, if you'll just Vice is crazy how they get inside a lot of these things.
Yes.
So the judgment, which was made public today, so who knows how long ago this was, ruled in Nintendo's favor. Favor, F-A-V-O-U-R.
Favor.
Yeah. And it's all about copyright infringement. Total settlement $12 million. The complaint was originally filed by the company in Arizona, so I guess that's where they were from, in July. And has since led to a swift purge, self-censorship, as we all know what happened there. $12 million for basically a mom and pop. I mean, there's no way, unless they have revenue. No, this all was free, wasn't it? I think it was free downloads.
No, they were free downloads. Yeah. So I don't think they were making money off of this.
This is all public, so LoveRoms and Love Retro were the joint property of couple Jacob and Christian Matthias. Before Nintendo sued him. So these two are pretty much going to be broke. Yes. And let's see here. They tried to...
I have a solution for them. That if they're going to be broke, I can send them...
Oh, wow.
I can send them money.
Oh.
I can send them
Here we go. This is legal tender.
Yes.
Hefty.
I love these things.
We talked about it last week or whatever. Hefty. Very expensive.
Paperweights and don't belong they don't belong in your pocket.
Quite frankly...
That's not a Virtual Boy. Put it back.
That one's red. No,
that's why you grabbed
really
the
cool.
blue one. Yes, they're very
I like
nice.
blue's my favorite color.
Yes. So. Anyway, so no, I'm not giving them this. They can't afford this either.
Yeah.
So sadly.
And Nintendo sued them for what was called, quote, brazen and mass-scale infringement of Nintendo's intellectual property rights. But here's what confuses me, because it never went to court. The couple tried to settle, I guess, out of court. Saying, all right, fine, we're going to get hit with the copyright infringement. And then they got an injunction, not allowed to do that anymore. Let's see. And then, quote from the website, additionally, all games, game files, and emulators previously on the site and in their custody, the couple, must be handed over to the Japanese game developer, Nintendo, along with to be official, $12.23 million settlement figure. It is unlikely that the couple will be obligated to pay the full figure. A smaller settlement has likely been negotiated in private, because even Nintendo, as much as they want to hammer down, and look, we're in Tinseltown, so if anyone's going to talk about concerns of illegal downloads, emulators, copyright infringement.
Yeah.
We're in the city that wants to fight that, and I don't blame them.
Yes.
But yeah, 12 million. Obviously, Nintendo can't be that dumb. Be like, we want all 12.23 million.
Well, here's where it ultimately pays off because, in print, it's going to say that they want a lawsuit for the amount of $12 million. For all we know, they'll collect $1,200. They'll collect $12,000. We have no idea exactly what they're going to wind up settling for. But the fact that in print it says they want a $12 million lawsuit against just two people who were just running a small website and not making, for all we know, not making money off of it, unless we're talking ad revenue. But still, not making that much money off of it. It just basically is a warning to everybody else out there. It's like, if you guys run a site, you better get your Nintendo stuff down because clearly they're coming after you. And it also opens the door for other developers like Sega, like Sony, Microsoft to go after these people as well because clearly they can win the intellectual property argument.
It's not even the developer. It happened. Nintendo's doing it because Nintendo makes a lot of first party.
Yes.
Capcom. That's really where it would hurt.
Yeah, Capcom, Acclaim.
Exactly. All of them.
You name the company.
And because of this, a lot of these emulators we mentioned before, a lot of the emulator websites have been shutting down, and I don't blame them.
Yeah.
My question with that then is. And again, we have our stance on the emulators and stuff like that. If you own the game, you can own the emulator. Now it's almost like, because I've seen a lot, and we kind of even saw this over the weekend, where they basically just put a ROM on a cart and then look to sell that. One of the examples that we saw was Mega Man and Bass, which in the US was available on the Game Boy Advance. Side note, you can also download on the Virtual Console on the Wii U as the Game Boy Advance version. Mega Man, one of the best Mega Man games ever, to be honest with you. But it came out in Japan on the Super Famicom, but out here in the US, I've seen it on a US cartridge, but it's just basically a ROM that someone just put into a US cartridge.
Okay.
Same with Super Mario World Return to Dinosaur Land.
Oh, yes.
Great. Well, that one's more not an emulator like Mega Man and Bass. That one's a hack, which I think is a different ballgame. Because this is all about emulators. They haven't said anything about the hacks.
No, they haven't said anything about hacks, but I also think, homebrew games, I think...
Oh, that's something different.
Yeah, homebrew games, I think, are completely fine.
Yeah.
Because, unless you're using their intellectual property. In other words, if you're making your own Mario homebrew, there's a license issue. I was like, but if you're making your own homebrew game, just because you put it in a cartridge for Super Nintendo, let's say, they can't stop you for that.
No.
At least I don't think they can. We need a lawyer.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you know one?
I know many.
Out here?
Yes.
Duh.
Yeah, I let me just go to Starbucks around the corner. I'll bring back 7.
This place is crazy out here, trust me.
It is not crazy out here. It is perfectly normal. Everything's normal here. Everything's cool. It's just Los Angeles.
We saw a human being cross the 405.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen every day. That happens like every other day.
Like a crosswalk. It is one of the biggest freeways in the country.
I was just going to say, and it wasn't the 405.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, it was the 101.
Whichever one's not on fire.
Yes, it's the one. They're all on fire. It was the 101 freeway, and yes, there was a man crossing, but you know what? He was probably troubled.
5 lanes of traffic each way,
and then went over the divider to go across the other side.
Kept going. I would say only in LA, but I'm from New York, so
I was just going to say, in New York, people literally just walk through traffic in the middle of the street every day, and it's normal.
People crossing over the train tracks and the subways.
And funny story, when I lived in New York, the only time I ever saw anything happen to a pedestrian was when he was actually crossing in the crosswalk with a red light, and some guy wasn't paying attention to hit him.
Was that over by the mall?
No. That was over. That was on 8th Avenue and like 33rd Street. And then the guy got out of the car, and saw that he hit him, ran.
That's New York. That's the city I love.
Yes.
That's what I love.
They don't do that here.
No.
Usually what they do here is if you see somebody crossing the freeway, usually there's somebody filming them.
Yeah, exactly.
Or they're doing a stunt.
It shockingly wasn't me.
They're doing a stunt for their show. Yeah, I told you.
I didn't think of it. It was weird.
Anyway, it was basically a live version of Frogger.
It really was.
And hopefully he survived. And is watching and listening.
That'd be awesome. We'll have you on the podcast.
Yeah, well, we will definitely put a guest spot on for that guy if you are listening and not in prison.
So we were doing that. And the other thing I want to talk about while we're here, and then we'll get back with the retro stuff. I feel like Vanna.
Well, I
don't know why I don't do. Yeah.
You see where my hands are?
We went, we've been doing a lot of, WWE stuff. There's a little off topic, but this is one of the reasons why I'm here, besides visiting one of my best friends on the planet.
Yes. Who conveniently is in the town where all the shows are.
Hey, look, where were you the last 4 years for SummerSlam?
Here. Where were you?
At SummerSlam. So we ended up going to War Games, which is NXT and WWE over the weekend.
Yes.
They handed out these bracelets, and if you know me, you're going to know why this makes sense. So they handed out these wrist bracelets, and it's supposed to light up during the pay-per-view.
Yes.
Different lights for different wrestlers, and we'll blinking and everything.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah. What was the place holds? Like 13,000 people, the Staples Center?
17,000 and change.
All right, figure with wrestling.
Or 18,118, actually.
Okay, so figure with wrestling, that probably knocks it down to about 16 maybe or something.
Yes,
like
because the rings.
Exactly, in the stage. The only two that didn't work were ours.
Yay!
But I'm still keeping mine anyway.
I was perfectly fine with that because I really didn't want something lighting up on my wrist. It looked like a medical alert bracelet.
It really
so
did.
I'm like, I was just waiting for like the nurses to come with the crash card.
On one. But
something straight out of Theme Hospital.
Yeah, but it was very cool. I was very happy. I've been waiting 20-something years to see a War Games match, so it was very cool.
And it did not disappoint.
No.
It was excellent.
That was awesome. Mm-hmm. Then we went to Survivor Series, which again I love. It's one of the big four. Original
it was
four.
Decent.
I loved it.
It was okay.
And well, by the time this drops, we would have already hit Raw, but we haven't gone to Raw yet.
That's correct.
But nevertheless, I like coming. I mean, I traveled a lot, do all the WrestleManias, so I've been to a lot of the arenas. I gotta say though, the Staples Center. I like the Staples Center. It's nice. They got and then the outside area. Christmas is already in LA. That's how messed up this place is.
That it is not messed up. Everybody's setting up for Christmas now.
Gotta get
you go back when you go back to New York. You're gonna see Christmas everywhere.
The turkeys just got pardoned.
No, I know, but Christmas right now is currently throwing up all over New York.
And those are two giant, delicious-looking turkeys.
Yes.
Yeah. When we go back, like
makes me want turkey now, and it's not Thursday.
And I had a turkey Reuben, so.
Good enough.
Yeah. So, so it was kind of cool. They had the Christmas tree up, the skating and everything. Yep. And that was cool, and seeing the sights and sounds of it. I've been out here like 5 times, so it's pretty.
And we've also been playing some games.
That's the thing I wanted to say as well. Yes. So we broke out. Won't go into too much detail, but we broke out an old N64 game.
Yes.
WWE. Which one was it? No Mercy.
It was WWE. WWF No Mercy.
WWE No Mercy. And
came out in 1999 on the Nintendo 64. That was one of the last. Was that one of the last ones that UK's did?
Yeah, I think it was one of the last ones on the N64. It was the last one on the N64.
It was definitely the last one on the N64. In a string of wrestling games, obviously, because you had the just to go through it really quickly, you had WCW NWO World Tour, WCW NWO Revenge.
That was good.
And then you switched over to WWF, WrestleMania 2000, and then finally No Mercy. Yep. 4 really great wrestling games on the Nintendo 64.
Amazing games. They ran fantastic.
And No Mercy is arguably considered the best wrestling game ever made.
Oh, yeah. And there was a lot of liberty with create a wrestler, so we created a lot of cool characters. And just to revisit that after, I probably haven't played that game, especially that version, when we created it, probably 20 years ago at this point. That was really fun. A lot of nostalgia.
Yeah, it was on that
part. And then,
and I won.
You did. Yes, you did.
Yes, I did.
Won the Royal Rumble. I got to play the Famicom Disk System for the first time. That was cool.
See,
I like that.
I really like that system. There's just something about it, and most importantly, God bless the Japanese. 30-something-year-old system, right? You pop something in, turns right on.
Especially one that's a disc system.
Yeah, well, either the disc or the cartridge.
Oh, the cartridge,
we
know
tried
that,
both. It's like you pop them in, you turned it on, came on right away. No problem. We put No Mercy into the N64. 5 minutes of blowing and Q-tipping and cleaning and all that stuff to get that thing.
I told you, Brasso. Get Brasso.
No, I understand that you told me that. I just didn't listen.
Or hydrogen peroxide.
Yes. I have that.
Oh, we could have used that.
So. Rubbing alcohol?
Right, that's what I meant. Maybe not hydrogen peroxide.
Yeah, hydrogen peroxide would cause a little damage.
Yeah, that would destroy everything.
Try that on your hand.
But no, we've been playing a lot, and because his systems are actually hooked up, and you have a lot more of the old stuff. I don't.
Yes.
So just to see the Famicom was just cool. I didn't see your NES or your SNES
though. My NES and my SNES have been archived.
Oh, okay.
Because of the Retro Freak that I purchased.
Oh yes. All right,
because I have the Retro Freak system, I put away, because let's face it, I only have so much room.
No, there is,
There's only so much room to put these out at the moment. Like if I get a bigger place, different story. But the Retro Freak plays 16 different consoles. So once I got that, and it's got HDMI in.
Yes, that's
which is great.
Which
and
we
then,
struggle with.
And then on top of that, it has an SD card slot. So you put when you have an SD card in there, as soon as you put a cartridge in, it'll download the game onto the SD card.
Yep.
It'll basically rip the ROM, so you don't have to use the cartridge again. So I figured once I hooked that up, I didn't need my NES and SNES out, except for posterity. But I'm out of room.
No, I agree. I totally agree with you, and that's what's cool about the clone systems. That's why I love the clone systems.
Yes,
because you can do that, especially with the modern televisions and everything like that. Which is why I'm really looking forward to the Polymega.
Well, it also helps preserve your older systems as well. Like I mean. I don't know if systems are like cars where you have to generally run them every once in a while to keep them working, but I'd rather
that actually makes sense.
Yeah, I would rather preserve them the best that I can, especially since like lately my systems have been falling apart. Like I just had to replace my PS2. I just my Sega CD.
That one hurts.
My Sega CD is down and out.
That one hurts.
And it hurts a lot because I was very fond of the Sega CD. I have a lot of games for it.
It's great games. Yeah,
that I can't play currently because my Sega CD is down. So I am on the lookout for a Sega CD.
So if anyone knows.
Well, I saw one. We'll talk about it later, but I saw one yesterday that I did not purchase.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So because I just didn't want to spend the money.
And Lord knows I did.
Yeah, you spent lots of money. But anyway, so we've been playing. We played some No Mercy. What else have we? Touched on?
I played a couple of games, and we're going to show later with some of the purchases. So we played some of those.
You tested out some of those.
I did.
I showed you just to talk a little current gaming. I showed Larry Dead by Daylight.
Yes,
which is a survival horror multiplayer online game that I've been obsessed with lately because I'm a big horror fan. That's the thing that I do. Although even the shirt is kind of little Stranger Things there, but I'm a big horror fan, so I've been playing a lot of Dead by Daylight with and with people I know online, which makes it even more fun. Yeah. And it's just a great game. One thing for sure that I like about it is time wise, it's limited. I can turn it on. I can play a match. It could last 10 minutes, and I can walk away.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to sit there and say, okay, I'm popping in Zelda. I got to run, this is going to take me 20, 30, 40 hours to get through.
Yep.
It's just like you play a quick game and you're out. I like the fact that it's themed.
Yes.
They have different themes for it, specifically that they actually got the rights to horror movie icons. So,
that's cool.
Yes. So you can play as Leatherface. You can play as Freddy Krueger. You can play as Michael Myers. You can play
Leatherface was in it?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh. Yeah, he's cheap. I hate playing against him. You can play as Laurie Strode. They have locations that are based on the film. So you can go to Haddonfield. You can go to Springwood, which is Freddy Krueger's town.
Okay.
So they really did a good job with it. And so so I wanted to so I shared that with Larry in hopes that he will go home now and buy it. So we can play.
I'm getting the itch. It's probably not on sale anymore. But no, actually, I think it is.
I think if you go online, it's very weird too because, like I said, if you buy it on the PlayStation Plus right now, I think it was like $30. I was like, but I went to Sony's actual website, and I bought it for $11.
Yeah, that's
or
weird.
$12. It was very strange. Not that I'm complaining. I'm very happy. Thank you, Sony. But yeah, that worked out really well for me.
No, that was very cool to play. You're right. I kind of like it. I like that pick up and go aspect of it.
Yes.
Which is kind of why I fell in love with the Switch. Is that pick up and go? That I want to mention too. A 6-hour flight from New York to Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. I really didn't play much Switch. I don't know why. Wow. I don't know if it was just the uncomfortable, because after a while sitting that long, you get very uncomfortable in an airplane seat.
Are you telling me?
Yeah. Please, first class. So
business.
And that's the other thing. With a certain airline, which I won't mention, and I love the airline, but if you're going to have like a business class section, at least give us a little respect and put a curtain up so, the jabronis in the back who couldn't pay as much don't have to see the like almost like I think there was like 19 stewardesses, flight attendants on the flight, like one per person or something. And the meal, we were getting boxed lunches. They were getting. I saw steam coming off their meals.
I don't know what you're talking about. I really don't. Just because I like to turn around and give a champagne toast to economy, I mean, we got to put a curtain up for that.
It's like the episode of Seinfeld when Jerry and Elaine were flying somewhere and like they only had 2 tickets left on a flight, one first class, one business class, and one coach. And like Jerry, who's like the star of the show, the comedian on the show itself, he's like, okay, I'll take first class. And Elaine's like, what are you talking about? Why did you give me first class? And Jerry's like, you don't understand. Once you fly first class, you can never go back.
It's true.
And then
it's true. I'm
then,
sorry.
Like, she's in the back of the plane, like stuck between 2 people. Jim J. Bullock is her flight attendant.
Oh, good God.
And like she's got all these problems. You see Jerry in the back talk with this beautiful blonde, and they're eating like sundaes and stuff like that.
Oh, let me tell you something. The ice cream sundaes.
I don't even want to know.
Great,
because I don't even want to know.
No, you don't. You really don't, because it's funny too. Because now when I do fly economy, I sit there and I grumble. It's just not fair.
Welcome to first world problems, folks.
But yes, and I have many of those. I definitely have more than Larry does, for sure. But getting back to gaming.
But yeah, no, not much. I was gonna say with the Switch. I didn't get a chance because I did play a little bit of Diablo 3, which is what I'm really playing right now on the Switch. I really couldn't play Super Mario Party just the way everything was set up. I really couldn't get the system really, be comfortable enough. And it was funny too because it was starting to land, and then I saw someone walk to the back of the plane, and they had a Switch. It's like, I could have gotten some sort of multiplayer going.
You could have. So. I think, see, the Switch is like now necessary for my survival on flights.
It's
it really
great for
is.
it, yeah.
But I do agree with you though. You got to stick with specific games. Mm-hmm. So in other words, like I played. Strangely enough, I played a lot of Zelda and Mario Odyssey on flights.
Yes, I remember you talking about that.
Because for some odd reason, like I'm not big on smaller screens. You know that.
Yeah.
And especially with games like that, I prefer to play them on a big TV because it's especially those games. They're beautiful to look at, especially Breath of the Wild. But for the sake of I'm stuck on a plane for 12 hours. Mm-hmm. I'll make the best of it. I'm like on the Switch screen itself. They do a really good job of making it work.
Yes.
On a smaller scale. So. I can't recommend the Switch enough. It's really fun.
I'm even going to talk about something I bought over this weekend that I discovered just recently. I think it's a bit of a game changer, no pun intended, for the Switch, and we'll get to that a little later. Dead by Daylight is back to $30.
Oh well, then you're just going to have to splurge.
I will wait till Friday.
Black Friday's coming. Yeah, that's right. And
Cyber Monday.
Well, but Black Friday also has sales, and we can touch on that as well. But yeah, so I think we talked. What did we talk? We talked lawsuits. We talked gaming. We talked
just being in LA.
Just being in LA, and I don't know if you guys out there want to talk about any of your experiences, but actually, and we've been talking about a little bit more current gaming stuff. So I think if anybody wants to talk to us on our Facebook page, we're doing a poll right now about whether or not you want to see us discuss or live stream current games along with retro games, because Larry and I, as much as we do love our retro gaming, and I love my retro gaming a lot. Yeah. I was like, but we're gamers. As new games come out, they start to take up some of our time, and so we want to know if you guys would want us to share that with you as well by streaming it and talking about it and stuff like that. So there's a poll on our Facebook page. It's pinned to the top, so look for it and let us sound off. Let us know what you think. We want to know if you want to see us talking current games as well.
And we're not completely changing over, just incorporating it.
Exactly. So. It would be retro and current games. That's all. It's just a combination of the two.
I think I stepped on something.
You did step on something. Was it alive?
No.
Okay, it's dead now.
All right, so we're going to have a little bit of a live to tape mini segment here. I like it.
Yes, we're doing a live to tape mini segment of retro birthdays.
Oh, happy birthday!
We have because if you think about it, every day of the year there's a retro birthday.
It really is.
there is, because almost every day in the history of video games, a game has been released on a console or something like that. So, we always do it weekly, and we do a mini segment. And this time we have a very, very, very special retro birthday. Because it is the 17th. Okay, almost 18, almost legal. It is the 17th birthday of the release of the Nintendo GameCube console.
Yes. I remember pre-ordering this in college, in the computer center. Pre-ordered it right then and there. Oh, man.
As did I. That was one I definitely wanted at launch because the N64 was so great. Love that system. Obviously had to get the follow up, the GameCube. Unfortunately for the GameCube, it didn't do so well against the competition.
Yeah, I don't know why. I know why.
It definitely suffered from third party support.
Yeah.
It did not have the third party support. It needed Microsoft and Sony kind of squeezed them out of that. And I honestly think the GameCube almost put them out of business, if not for the Wii. Or put them out of the console business.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I love the GameCube. I always stand by the games on the GameCube. Yep.
And speaking of games on the GameCube, it's not just the 17th birthday, obviously, for the console. It is also the 17th birthday for all of the launch titles that came out with GameCube. So I'm just going to run down a quick list of all of the games.
Let me hear it.
Happy 17th birthday to the following games as well. All-Star Baseball 2002. Okay. FIFA Soccer 2002, Madden NFL 2002. They wanted to make sure all their sports were represented. And then you have Wave Race Blue Storm, which is a great game. I'm surprised they never made a follow-up.
I never got into Wave Race.
I always liked Wave Race. Both N64 and I liked Pilot Wings too. Wave Race Blue Storm, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3.
Okay.
Super Monkey Ball.
Yes, I remember that as well.
Yeah, that was a good one. Star Wars Rogue Squadron 2.
Yes.
That game was great. Love that game.
I wonder if that's the game. I don't it's thrown off the top of my head. One of the Rogue Squadron games, as a pre-order, you got a bonus disc that had the original Star Wars arcade on it.
Oh no.
I
didn't know that.
I think our friend Verdi has it.
Oh, does he?
I think. Verdi, let us know, because God knows, I'm sure you'll then just rub it in our face.
Yeah, you probably will. Yeah. Also, we had Dave Mira's Freestyle BMX 2.
Yes.
Crazy Taxi.
Crazy Taxi. I love that game.
Oh, that game was so much fun. I think it's isn't that one of Frank's favorite games too?
It is. It is. And he's big on that. It was originally on the Dreamcast, but they ported that. It was a good port.
And then Batman Vengeance, which was the game I bought at launch. As opposed to the obvious choice that
was the one I got,
which is what you bought, which was Luigi's Mansion.
Yes.
And to this day, I still haven't played Luigi's Mansion.
Luigi's Mansion is fun. They just re-released it on the 3DS, but you can get it on the GameCube.
Yeah.
Especially now they're coming out with Luigi's Mansion 3 on the Switch.
Yeah.
Next year. Luigi's Mansion is a very, very fun game, and it's the game that kind of finally put Luigi in the spotlight, not counting Mario was missing.
Very true. But Batman Vengeance, I have to say, probably one of the best games I played on the GameCube. It was fantastic.
Or if I owned it, I didn't play a lot of it.
Yeah, to the point where I remember, like, I was still when I had this, I was still in the habit of trading things in.
Okay.
That was one game I actually went back and bought.
Oh, okay.
Brand new again. Wow. Because I just loved that game. It was just really, I thought it was really well done. So that's what we're celebrating this week. So happy 17th birthday, Nintendo GameCube, and all your launch titles, and that is this week's Retro Birthday.
Feliz cumpleaños.
You did that because we're in LA.
Absolutely. All right, so I guess we got some stuff to do today, so we're gonna start to wrap this up. But before we do, we got stuff to show, because this weekend certainly did not go without its fair share of hitting the old game stores.
Yes, and in true gentlemanly fashion, I will let you go first.
Oh, thank you. How gentlemanly of you. All right,
that is me.
I really ran a gambit of stuff. Like I said, a lot of this I could probably just get at home.
Well, and again, let's just back up for a moment before you get off and show all your shiny new toys.
Okay.
We have so far hit up 3 stores. We have hit up 3 retro gaming stores.
Yes.
One I talk about all the time. It's called Game Dude. Game Dude is a store.
Great place.
Yeah, Game Dude's a store here in I want to say it's in North Hollywood. And one thing I've explained to Larry too, when you move here, it's like every 5 blocks is a new neighborhood.
Yeah.
So Game Dude is in North Hollywood. It's got a warehouse style look to it.
It's crazy.
I always like the way that I compare it is I call it like the Costco of retro games.
It really is,
because it's like big place, very high ceilings, and then like just huge array of retro games, and also all over the walls they have like the old posters and cardboard cutout advertisements
that I liked. Yes,
that dress the wall, and they do a really, really good job of it. And to make you feel even more retro, when you go and pay for stuff, they have this old school DOS like program.
I noticed that.
Yeah, it's like a DOS run program that they put all the information.
Very
in.
Blockbuster-like.
Exactly. That's exactly what it looked like.
I was waiting for them just a wand.
Yes, but yeah. So then, Game Dude was the first store that we hit up, right? The second one we went to was called Retro Game Camp.
This thing was awesome.
Yeah. Now, this store I have actually never been to. It was my first time visiting it. And I know you had mentioned it to me previously because a listener actually mentioned it. And I should have looked up the listener's name. So whoever you are out there, thank you.
Cinnamon.
Was it Cinnamon?
I think it was Cinnamon. Yep.
All right. Well, then, thank you, Cinnamon73. We did hit up Retro Game Camp, and it was fantastic.
It was awesome. It's in Little Tokyo out here in LA.
Yep.
And it's like, it's kind of underground, but that whole section is all, it's like you're in Japan.
Yes.
It's got anime stores. It's got the retro game store, which sold basically just Japanese.
Yeah, I would say like 90 or 95% of the store was just all imports.
It was awesome.
Yep.
You definitely check it out if you're ever in the area.
Yeah, and the guys there were super cool. Very, very important to point out too, because like I go to Japanese stores all the time when I'm traveling for work. I go to Super Potato and Book Off in Japan and all that stuff. My biggest problem when I go there is that I don't know what some of the games are. The
language barrier,
right? Because of the language barrier. Because the games, it's in kanji. I can't read it.
It's in Japanese.
Yes. So when you go to Super Retro Game Camp, though, or I'm sorry, Retro Game Camp. When you go to Retro Game Camp, they've got the titles translated for you, and they also have lists of games that were exclusive in Japan. So if you want to buy just, Japanese only released games, you have a list right there.
It was also good to know they also put up they put up a thing that's also told you what systems are region free versus region locked.
Yes.
And it was kind of weird to see. I mean, we all knew the Switch is region free.
Yes.
The Game Boy's region free, which I think I knew, but I forgot.
Right.
Actually, a lot of the handhelds were region free.
Yep.
There was another system that was region free that actually shocked me. Mm-hmm. I think it was one of the PlayStations. I can't remember.
I thought they were region locked.
Maybe.
I'm not sure.
Maybe.
Like the Sega Saturn was region locked.
Yeah, that was,
Yeah, like we looked at all of those things. And the other cool thing about it, too, is that about Retro Game Camp is they have systems set up so that you can try the games out before you buy them.
Yes, and that's like... No.
You did not have that.
No, the third place had that.
Oh,
Game Realms.
Game Realms.
Game Realms.
Yes.
Had that. Let's talk about Game Realms for a moment.
Yes.
I mean, and Retro Gaming Arcade was awesome. Retro Gaming
Camp. Retro Game Camp.
Retro Game Camp. You would think we'd have these in front of us.
We don't.
Game Realm was also very, very... They're the ones that had a back room where you can play anything. Mostly whatever they have set up. And their collection of games was very cool. They also had a lot of... I'm not going to say homebrews, but like a lot of these games that you see on... Exclusive like on Limited Run. And stuff like that.
Larry's favorite website, Limited Run Games.
Terrible.
And I'm waiting for my Dragon's Lair.
I'm saying that. So they were cool too. Everywhere we went, the workers were great. We met a guy over at Game Dude, Adam. His name was, and I do want to give a shout out to his Instagram page.
Yes.
Check out. Oh boy, and it disappeared on me. So check out somebody.
Check out somebody on Instagram. I'm sure you can track that down.
Here we go. Here it comes.
Okay.
Here it comes. Holding.
Any second.
Pure Prinny. Pureprinny. He actually does a lot of like speed runs and gameplays and stuff like that. He's pretty cool. So check that out. But the gentleman again at Retro Game Camp, Game Realms. Game Realms had a really good collection of books as well.
Yes.
So
yeah, they had a bookshelf full of basically all the new books that are coming out for Final Fantasy, Super Mario, Legend of Zelda, Mega Man. They just had a ton of books out there. And then what I also liked is they had a little separate merch area.
Yes.
As well.
Yes.
So you can buy video game related merch.
Yep.
But then what I really liked about Game Realms, it has a very open floor feel to it. And then in the back.
Yeah.
In the back, they had a system set up and a TV for each system, so you can just sit there and play. And I think they do like you can pay per hour or something like that.
Okay,
rent time. But they also do a lot of events there. They do a lot of tournaments. They do.
They had a Super Smash Brothers tournament coming up.
They have a Super Smash Brothers tournament coming up for the game release, and then once a month they also do a swap meet.
They're the ones, yes.
They're the ones that do the swap meet, and I haven't been to it yet because I haven't been around. whenever they do it. But it's usually it's on a Sunday every month, and apparently they have an outdoor courtyard area.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, they have an outdoor courtyard area that they use, and people set up there to do the swap meet. So it's kind of like a little what do you call it?
Swap meet?
Swap meet. No.
Flea market?
Flea market. That's what I was trying to find. So it's like a little flea market that you can do. Shut up. And I'm very happy to say that of the 3 stores we went to, I looked and only found one Virtual Boy game out of all 3 stores. Nobody had the system.
Yeah.
There was only one game in existence, and it was Mario's Tennis, which is worth absolutely nothing.
It's got sentimental value. I had 2 of them.
Exactly. You should have bought a third.
I sold one
All
back.
Good things come in 3s.
I already sold one back.
Oh, yeah. What did you do with that 25 cents?
Terrible. How dare you? Rude. You know what? I don't need this.
No, it's not like you can't click the mouse button and turn it off, though.
I need a ride to LAX.
I was just gonna say, you're at my house.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit on the other side of the camera and pout.
Exactly. And then I'll just go on 20-minute Virtual Boy insults. Hashtag BB sucks. Hi, Charlie.
So
what did you buy?
Christ, what did I not
buy?
buy?
I know what you bought.
Yeah.
Show everybody what.
So first,
tell everybody what you bought.
What I want to show first is unrelated to games, but I just thought it was cool. We went to Universal City Walk as well. Mm-hmm. I forgot about it. We also went. Well, but that's not a. No, I know, but I'm just saying.
Not a video game.
It had game stuff in it.
They had retro game merchandise in it. So there's a store on Universal Studios City Walk called Things from Another World, and they basically sell. They sell comic books, graphic novels, and then board games, and then merchandise like T-shirts and stuff like that. And they do have video game related
game-themed stuff, like lamps and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. So we saw a lot of cool stuff there. Larry did pick up a few things.
I did. I'm going to show kind of like the non-game stuff, which I think is pretty cool. Universal City Walk, it caught my eye. I mean, it's Hot Topic. It's all over the place. But I picked up some cool pins. I got this cool Rick and Morty pin. Pickle Rick!
Nice.
Yes. Awesome. Of course, Alpha Club. Always.
Wrestling themed.
Alpha
For
Club.
those of you who don't know wrestling.
Better than Bullet Club.
Uh-huh.
And this, I love this pin.
This pin is awesome.
This pin. I like collecting pins. I actually have like this cork board at home. If I move into the apartment, I plan on maybe moving to a new apartment. I'm probably gonna make like just not an entire wall, but like a giant sectional wall cork. Mm-hmm. Just put the pins in there and have a good time because I collect a lot of them from Hard Rock.
Yes.
Which is kind of one of the reasons why I went to City Walk, but it turns out I already had that pin. But this one, I love this one. Look at Bob Ross.
Yes.
That is awesome. And it says, if you couldn't read it,
his hair, it says.
We don't make mistakes, just happy accidents.
Yes.
They're all mistakes.
Oh, Bob Ross. Rest in peace, Bob.
And then the final thing that I picked up, which is I love.
Hope you're painting a lot of clouds.
Yeah. Floating on them. Here we go.
And this is from Things from Another World.
This is Things from Another World. Again, just picked it up because I had a chance to, because I missed out on the variant, the original. 2 comic books. Big fan, Mystery Science Theater 3000. Season 12 drops on Netflix Thanksgiving Day. Comic books, which I think are really cool. Issue 2 of MST3K. What's cool about these comic books? Just real quick. Yep. If you don't know Mystery Science Theater, you ever flipped through the show's channels when you were younger. Here's the other cover, which I think is awesome. This is issue 2. Okay. So you flipping through and you see like a really old movie in black and white and you see the silhouettes on the bottom. Talking over it, that's MST3K.
Yes.
What they did with the comics, they took what's it called? Public domain comics.
Yes.
And they insert themselves into them.
Is that what they do?
And talk over the comics as well.
Oh,
so they're
awesome.
real comics that they comment on. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
So it's really cool.
Okay.
Issue 2 just came out, so that's pretty cool.
Do you have issue 1?
I have issue 1, the regular one, and I just ordered, actually while we were there at the store, I ordered the variant.
I could have taken you to a comic shop here and got one. Our microphone fainted.
I'll just pop it in. Just push.
There you go. It's all good. It's all good.
There we go.
Hooray.
It was funny. I was going to ask you too, but I'm like, let me just do it.
That's okay.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
So now I'm going to try. Oh, and one more thing. I mean, it's game related, but I didn't buy it. This was a very nice pickup from a friend of mine.
Who is that?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh.
I think this is cool.
I will kick you out.
Anthony picked up a Pez set of Super Mario. I'm also a collector of Pez. I'm also a eater of Pez. So it's going to take a lot in me.
I am not an eater of Pez.
Oh, I love Pez.
But do you, just fun fact. I did not find that. I did not find that in a video game store or a retro game store of any kind. I found that at a Cracker Barrel in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Oh wow, cool.
Yes.
I'll take it. So Pez,
thank you, Cracker Barrel.
Yes, and thank you, Cracker Barrel. All right, so let's get into this. Let's start with. Let me see if I can figure this out. What store bought from where? Let's start with Game Dude.
Oh, good luck with that.
No, actually, this one was. So that's these three here.
Oh, okay.
All right. So first of all, I forgot the name of this. This is not from Game Dude. That's from the other stuff. So that'll be last.
Okay.
No, these I got from Game Dude. I'll figure this out. Don't worry.
Why don't you just show what you bought?
I want to give the proper props. Okay. So from Game Dude, I picked up a couple of Famicom games. The first one, Mag Max, which is again, you know me, shoot 'em ups. So this is a really cool shoot 'em up. This is the shoot 'em up that it's like 2 levels.
Okay.
You start like on the surface.
Oh, yes.
And then like you go down. So it's almost like you're walking on the surface, and then you go down and you're flying around. Yeah. And like you build this robot as you go. So that's a really cool game, and I got to play it on the Famicom, the original Famicom.
You're welcome.
No, thank you. I failed to realize. You thought the wires were short on the NES Classic?
No.
Oh boy.
No.
And then I picked up this other game called Davia, I guess you want to call it. Davia. If I can compare this to anything, it's like Time Pilot as far as how it plays. So I haven't figured out what you got to do, but still, very cool, kind of a side scroller.
Yep.
Then I picked. Now this we talked about a couple weeks ago.
Oh, and you know what?
We both actually.
We both actually picked this one up.
Golden Nugget.
There we go.
For the PlayStation. This is the one that has the second disc where you play a poker tournament where
while unsolving a mystery
with the world's favorite actor.
Let's see if I can get this right. There we go. Can you see?
Adam West
in all his glory.
Oh, is that mine?
That's yours.
Mine? Okay. So,
yes.
This is going to be cool. This is going to be fun to play.
Now, I owned this game when it first came out because you know me. I've always been big on casino games, which have been fun, and just the fact of the I don't know why I got rid of it, but I wanted to get it back, and I was like, and I completely forgot that Adam West was in the game. And once I remembered that, I was like, okay, I got to pick this up again. So this was a perfect opportunity for us to both get it because Game 2 had 2 copies.
Yeah.
So
more than 30 minutes of live action video starring Adam West, Batman, if you didn't know, filmed on location at the Golden Nugget.
Yes.
And then I picked this up, which I'm really happy about.
That's really cool.
Especially because
you'll never play it.
No, I won't. But that's kind of not the idea. Why is Elvis in this game?
I don't know.
CDI. Hotel Mario.
Yes.
Let me do this so you don't get as much.
And then for those of you who don't know, when Philips came out with their CDI system, they actually made a deal with Nintendo to use Nintendo characters, and they created Mario games and Legend of Zelda games on the Philips CDI. They're the only third-party system to have Nintendo characters on them.
Yeah. And of course, notoriously terrible games.
Oh yeah, and they're also known for being absolutely awful.
And like Anthony said, I'm never going to play, and honestly, that doesn't bother me. I bought it more the nostalgia. And here's why I really like this part, because as you can see,
the sleeve.
So I saw it. There was 2 of them, 2 copies available, and they had one just in the jewel case. I'm like, okay, I'll take it.
Right.
Then I noticed there was one underneath it, which is the exact same game, but with the sleeve.
And they were the same price.
Same price.
Yeah. So that was a no-brainer.
Yep.
Yeah, see, I would love to get the Zelda ones, like Sword of Gamelon, and I forget the name of the other one right now.
The one that plays Princess.
Yes. So, I would love to get those again, also just for posterity.
I just ripped the box.
Uh-oh. Return it.
I just ripped the corner of the box.
Dude. You do not know how to take care of your games. This is unacceptable.
That just happened, actually.
That just happened live on tape.
All right.
You just virtual boyed.
What else did you get from Game Dude?
Oh my god. Okay, so from Game Dude, I got a couple of things. So, one was Golden Nugget, of course.
Yes.
I was like, but then I've been lately collecting Game Gear games.
Yes.
Because, again, we've talked about how I don't normally play handheld stuff. However, because of my retro freak, I can play handheld games now on my TV. And I get it. There's like the Superboy where you can play.
Oh yeah.
You can
buy for the Game Boy. Yeah,
for the Game Boy. You can buy the peripherals and all that stuff. I was like, but Retro Freak lets me do it all in one system, which is great. So I've been just running around collecting some Game Gear games because I used to own a Game Gear and I enjoyed it.
Oh, you did?
I did for like a month.
Oh.
And then I realized I'm like, okay, the screen is too small. It's driving me nuts. But so I started picking up some games, and I picked up X-Men Games Masters Legacy.
Okay.
R.I.P. Stan Lee.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. I don't think we've had a chance.
No,
to do
we
that,
did not. A guy who basically shaped my childhood through comic books.
A lot of them, and in fact, if you want to go back and listen, we had the 2-part superhero episode way back.
Yes.
In the beginning of the
series.
we
do talk about superhero games, but yes, Stan Lee, just, I mean, there's nothing more you can say about that man except, how much impact he's had on everybody's lives. So I picked up X-Men Game Masters Legacy, and then this was the one that I really was excited to get.
Yeah, that's cool.
I've been looking for this game for a while because I used to own it, and I just found it absolutely hysterical. Definitely innovative at the time. And it's for Sega CD. It's the Software Toolworks Star Wars Chess.
That is awesome.
So basically, when you play this game, it's just like playing. It's a standard version of chess, except it's the alliance against the
the Rebel Alliance against the Empire.
Thank you, against the Empire. You choose the side you want to be on, and then you're basically playing a regular version of chess. However, when you capture another your opponent's piece, an animation starts up, and there's like a little battle between the two pieces before your piece wins.
Yeah.
And some of the animation in it is just absolutely hysterical. So, like, if you're C-3PO and you capture another piece, he always does something clumsy that accidentally leads to him defeating the other person. So I just remember it really, really fondly. And when I saw it sitting there in the condition that it's currently in, which is excellent.
Oh, very nice.
I was like, I needed to grab that. Yep. So that was my highlight from Game Dude by far.
On the back of the manual is 2 games they're advertising: Mega Race and the San Diego Zoo presents The Animals.
Oh, we should get that.
You can order now. Call 1-8.
Do we have a 1-800 number? Let's do it.
Okay. I don't want to read it on the thing just in case.
No, okay. So we're gonna call the number here to see if we can order the San Diego Zoo presents The Animals. All right. So 1-800.
And this game came out in '93.
Yes. Let's see what happens.
Hello, and please listen carefully as our menu options may have changed. Calls are recorded for quality assurance. We're very excited to tell you about a special promotion for select callers. This will only take a moment. By answering just a few questions, we will find out if this offer is right for you.
A little blue pill.
Let's hear the question.
Are you or is someone in your household 50 years of age or older?
Hang on.
Press 1 for yes. If you or someone in your house... Could your internet connection be better or less expensive?
Press
1.
Those
yes.
are 2 different things.
Hi, thank you for calling Save on Home Services.
Well, it's not for video games
Guess
anymore.
who's getting calls now for the next 5 weeks?
That's okay. I'm very good at putting things to voicemail. So, anyway, Star Wars Chess, awesome game. Very happy I got it.
Very cool.
And that's what I picked up at Game Dude.
Game Dude. Then we moved on to...
Retro Game Camp.
Yes. Did you get anything from it?
No, I did not buy anything from Retro Game Camp because you know what? I have a large collection already of Japanese games, so I'm good at the moment.
I'll show that last. I did. I'm trying to remember the name of this game. Poyo something or other, right?
Oh, Pro something or other, yes.
I don't remember.
It's a side-scrolling shooter.
It's a side-scrolling shooter.
Yes.
There it is. It's a weird one.
It's a Japanese exclusive also. It was not released in the States.
When I walked in, I specifically asked, I'm into shoot-'em-ups. What do you have that's Japanese exclusive? And I'm pretty sure they just picked out which one was the priciest.
Exactly.
No, actually, I got to play it. I tested it. It's weird. Like, you can play... Oh, it's from Konami, so that's why. You can play as the Vic Viper from Gradius. You can play as Kid Dracula from Kid Dracula. You can play as, like... Almost looks like the Slender Man.
Oh,
but,
the Stick Man, they call him.
Stick Man, who's flying on a paper airplane.
A paper airplane, which is awesome.
Very odd. But a cool game. I when I remember the name, I'll post it up. But that's what it looks like. So very cool on that. Then
then we moved on from Retro Game Camp
to Game Realm.
Game Realms.
Game Realms.
And you went crazy.
Game Realms, I actually put one game back, but I did do good, I'm going to say.
No, you did well.
I've done better.
Ugh.
So here's what we got. First, again, moving on with collection of pins. Yeah, because they had a lot of cool, just regular stuff.
Yes.
Like jewelry and things like that. So first here, I picked up a lapel pin, a block lapel pin. You got to recognize where that block is from.
It's from Mega Man.
Exactly.
Yes.
Super Mario Brothers. You nailed it on the head.
See, I knew I got that right.
And then this is cool. I like this set.
Oh, I didn't realize you picked that up.
Oh, no, I did. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's just a system pin set, Neo Geo.
Yeah, and that one surprised me because like you don't really see a lot of Neo Geo merch. Now, granted,
now you do.
The Neo Geo Classic
Exactly.
just came out, so
The mini.
or the Mini, whatever you want to call it, Neo Geo Mini, which has 8 games 5 times over.
Yeah, basically. Oh, and then this, you know what?
Oh, and that's another thing to update everybody on as well. I have officially canceled my PlayStation Classic.
You did? You went on and...
Yes, I went on and I canceled. I am not purchasing the PlayStation Classic.
Boo. Get the Japanese one.
I'm just not impressed with the lineup.
You know, I know it's not impressive. I wouldn't complain about it. It's good.
Well, here's the thing about it. It's like if I played all of those games and remembered them fondly, right?
Yeah.
Enough, I would buy it. I'd be like, all the games that I enjoyed that are on that, I already owned.
Okay.
So that's why I just don't like now. It would be just buying it for the novelty, and I think I'm finally moving beyond the novelty of classics.
Yeah.
Especially after I saw that PC classic, I'm like, okay. I go, where do we draw the line?
Real.
Where do we draw the line of classics?
That is real.
You know. So anyway, getting back to Game Realms.
I don't want to unpack this because it's actually packed very nice. But this is a Mega Man mug. It's basically the E-Tank.
Yes.
Just as a mug. So
really cool. It's a really, really cool mug.
And then
take our word for it.
No, actually, it's very nice. Yeah, I mean, I'll take a picture of it when I get home. Because of Anthony, now I'm starting to buy stuff in box.
Sorry,
but
not sorry.
Suiting with the weekend that we have happening, WWE Attitude,
WWF Attitude
on Game Boy Color in box.
Yes,
very nice actually. So I do like it. Still got the WWE sticker on it.
WWF sticker.
So that's really cool.
You cannot erase history,
and Vince can.
No, we cannot.
And finally,
not while I'm here.
Finally, the last thing I want to mention, and I actually bought 2 of these. One to use, one's actually for collection. But one was bought at Game Dude, the other one at Game Realms because they happen to have it.
Correct.
And I've already used it, and I gotta say, I absolutely love it. So it is a Joy-Con controller. Nothing
on the Nintendo Switch.
On the Switch. Joy-Con controller. This one is a Legend of Zelda Joy-Con. Now this one I've already opened. Is a Super Mario Joy-Con. Now if you look at the box, besides the artwork, if you see what's really different about this Joy-Con.
What is different about this Joy-Con?
It's got a D-pad on it. A directional pad. If you know the Switch, what would typically be the D-pad is just 4 actual buttons.
Yes.
Up, down, left, right.
And it's a bit uncomfortable.
It can be, especially when you play docked, when you play old games.
Yes.
Like all the arcade games. Or even the classics now. This fixes that problem by putting a D-pad directly on the Joy-Con.
Yep.
Just give it a shot real quick. Just tell me honestly, how does it feel?
Yeah, I gotta get this.
It's much more responsive, right?
No, I definitely need to buy this.
Put the Zelda one.
No, I want the Zelda one. See? I couldn't do that if you were 3,000 miles away. I'd be like,
dang it.
Damn it.
Yeah, honestly. And here's what's cool, because when we were looking at it, I'm going to be at $25. This thing's $25.
Which is actually really good, because when you buy the actual Joy-Con, it's like 70 or 80, right?
Yeah,
for the pair?
For the pair is 70. No, yeah. 80 for the pair.
Yeah, it's like 80 for the pair. So these are 25, which is great.
Here's the kicker. And it's not, you know what, it's not a deal breaker, in all honesty, this thing. First of all, it's only left Joy-Con. They only do, because it's the left Joy-Con is the one that would have the D-pad.
Correct.
Here's the other thing. You can only use these when it's what do they call it?
Handheld mode.
Handheld mode. Not docked.
You can't detach it from the Switch and play with it.
In other words, there's no radio Bluetooth in here.
That's why it's cheaper.
Exactly. And like they still have the design though of the side of it, but that's just for show. That's all plastic. It doesn't do anything. So you can only play it in handheld mode, which attached to the system, not even in the docking thing that you turn into it. not a deal breaker with this thing. I've already tried it out on Versus Super Mario Brothers, couple of the NES classics.
Well, the bottom line is if you do play your Switch a lot handheld,
yes,
this is worth purchasing.
Oh, and it's not. You're right. I keep mentioning like the old arcade classics and arcades. No, any game in handheld mode, it will work with.
Yes.
I strongly then. I mean, yes, I kind of wish maybe they only did a solid color.
Yep.
Because it kind of looks weird when you have just the one. But still, nevertheless, if you can, go out, find it, pick it up. These things, honestly, one of the best things I found so far. As far as, gameplay. So.
Are you done?
Yes.
Yay. Okay, so Game Realms.
Rude.
I know. But I'm always rude. But now I can be rude 3 inches from you. It's 3,000 miles away. So Game Realms, so again, what Larry was saying, we're having a wrestling themed weekend. We're hitting a lot of shows and everything like that. And I've told Larry that I've been actually going out and trying to purchase every wrestling game I can find.
Which is actually cool.
Yeah, which is kind of cool because I just, I've been a big pro wrestling fan my entire life. Love all the video games. So I just thought it would be cool to start seeing how the games have progressed over time by, buying every one of them I can find. Yeah. So again, this one's on Game Gear. And I'm not ashamed to say that I bought this for a whopping 99 cents. But it's WWF WrestleMania Steel Cage for Game Gear.
Oh, all right. So a little different than the Steel Cage Challenge that came out on Nintendo.
So yes, especially
NES.
because on the cover you have the Macho Man and $1 Million Man.
Oh, huh.
So
that's cool.
Yep. So I got that for Game Gear, and then now the other two games that I bought. So when the Nintendo Wii came out, now Nintendo Wii is one.
Oh, you did pick those up.
Yeah, Nintendo Wii is one of the best-selling consoles, or the best-selling console. I think PlayStation 2 has a beat.
Maybe.
But Nintendo Wii is one of the best-selling consoles of all time, and it's the reason why Nintendo wound up surviving the console wars with Microsoft and Sony, because the GameCube was such a flop. Thankfully for them, the Wii was ultra successful. My biggest issue when the Wii came out was I did not want to stand in my living room with those controllers and just like whip around and do all this stupid stuff.
There used to be a website called We Have a Problem, WII, and all it was people putting up pictures and videos of the Wiimotes. Most of them were Wiimotes
destroying things, right?
Wiimotes impaled into flat screen televisions.
Yeah. So
or whacking someone in the
head. So I was actually in the minority. Even as a gamer, I just could not bring myself to buy a Wii. And as a result of that, I missed out on a lot of great games. And we're talking about like, the Marios and the Zeldas.
No, great. There was a lot of good games.
There were a lot of great games on the Wii.
And simple ones too. Like the you may want to pick these up as well. Like the game show ones.
I have them all.
Oh, you do? Okay,
now
all right, cool.
Like I picked all of those up recently. I picked up like Amazing Race. I picked up Price is Right.
Price Your Luck. I love Price Your Luck because you got to actually with the Wii.
Yes.
No whammy. Yeah,
exactly. So now I have all of those. But now I'm going back and I'm getting some of the actual
games.
The marquee titles. Yeah. So I'm going to play through them. I picked up Super Mario Galaxy a couple of months ago.
Okay.
And now I picked up the sequel, Super Mario Galaxy 2.
Awesome.
Which is great.
Awesome.
So I'm definitely going to play that. And again, I mean, look at this. It's in excellent condition. It's the person never even played it. I can join the Nintendo
Holy
Club.
Cow.
I don't think the book has been touched.
No.
Like, look at this.
It's a weird looking disc.
I know. And then there's finally the instruction booklet. Oh, look, basic controls for Mario. They give you a little...
Yeah, that's your simple control.
Oh, my God. Maybe I'm not playing this.
It's easy.
Jesus.
You could probably play with the...
No, it's really just 2 pages. The rest are in other languages. But still. Oops, there go my papers.
All right, well, there goes the resale value.
That's it. It's all over. But no, I mean, really excellent condition. Very happy about that. And... the other game that I picked up, now this one I've been wanting to play for a really, really long time because everybody knows I'm a Legend of Zelda fan. This is the Zelda that came out on the Wii only. They never released it for anything else. And I looked.
Was it on the Wii U?
It did not come out on the Wii U because if it did come out on the Wii U, I would have purchased it. But I got the Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, which in the Legend of Zelda timeline is the first game of in the history of Legend of Zelda. So this is where it all begins. As of right now, they'll probably come out with another one where they were like toddlers. But this is where the story actually begins in the Legend of Zelda series. And on top of that, much to my surprise, when I opened this up, it not only came with Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword.
This is cool.
But it also came with an audio CD of the 25th anniversary of the Legend of Zelda Symphony.
That's awesome.
which is really cool. So you got both, which is really cool. Very happy that I found that and picked it up.
Yeah.
And that was everything that I purchased at Game Realms. Now, there were a couple of other purchases I made prior to Larry's arrival that I wanted to share as well. One is, really, well, I got to put the receipt back in here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
See, we always keep the receipt with the game.
Why?
Because when I get senile, it'll remind me where I bought it. And trust me, it's not that far away. So
it was just your birthday.
It was just my birthday, yes. So I did pick this up.
Yeah, this thing's cool.
I bought this on Amazon because I knew I needed it for my collection, and I did not wait for Black Friday because I bought this with birthday money. But I got the Super Mario Brothers Encyclopedia.
Nice.
Which I haven't opened yet.
Yep.
It's very pretty, very yellow, and then on the back it shows you some of the pages.
Beauty.
But it says the first 30 years on the cover. So we got the first 30 years of all Super Mario Brothers games, characters, all that stuff. This will be great. Maybe for a segment we can do reading time, and then we'll just take a book and just start reading.
Oh God, it was like when I was on Romper Room. She read
Yes,
us
exactly.
Snow White. You all fell asleep.
Exactly. Like we should definitely do that. Ooh, we should put Romper Room clips in for our mini segments.
That works for me.
And then last,
my clips.
And then we could put my game show appearances.
And then the clip where I got yelled at on Romper Room.
Yes, I want to see that one. But then we can also put my game show.
Yeah, we could do that as well.
That would be fun.
Matola.
I said Matola. I was saying, yes, I did. Whole other story. And then last but not least,
this thing's cool.
Yes, GameStop released an exclusive Funko cereal this week that, to my knowledge, now is already sold out. I grabbed it online. Thank you, by the way, to my friend Sean for calling me and telling me that they were available. Otherwise, I would not have bought it. But I got the Pac-Man Funko cereal, which comes with a miniature Pac-Man Funko figure.
Yep.
Not that I will ever see it, because this will never be opened. And then you can see the back has a cute little maze for kids to play. I do have it on good authority that the cereal does not taste very good, but that's okay.
It might just taste like Cheerios.
I don't know. It's just gonna wind up on my shelf back here, which I'm currently blocking. But if I slide over, nope, I should slide over the other way. But if you slide over, you'll see my Mega Man cereal up here.
I didn't have to move.
My Super Mario Brothers cereal, and then of course, my little
then
library of video game books, which I will add Super Mario Encyclopedia.
Hey, guess who's in that Ultimate Nintendo guide?
Who?
Me.
No, you're not.
Would you scratch it out?
Yes. You know what's not in that Ultimate Nintendo Guide, Virtual Boy?
That book is coming out later.
Yeah, all 3 pages of it. It's a great little leaflet. But anyway, that's everything that I've purchased recently.
But LA is supposed to be more tolerant.
Really great. LA is more tolerant. You see me doing it with a smile. This is what we do. And then when you leave, we badmouth you. See, anyway. But anyway, that's everything that I purchased. That's everything you purchased. And we're not done yet.
What we got left?
No, I mean, we're not done yet in terms of shopping. We still
yeah.
We still got a couple of more days, a couple more wrestling events. We're actually going to be hitting up another store that I've told Larry about that I went to in Japan that I found exists here in the United States, specifically 2 locations in Los Angeles, which is called Book Off.
Yes, I can't wait.
Yes. So we're going to be hitting that up today. And then, of course, I'm sure... I know we talk a lot about purchases, but like next week we're gonna talk about Black Friday and Cyber Monday.
Oh yeah. So we'll see what's happening there.
We're gonna see how bankrupt we both go.
Yep.
Next week.
They're already there.
Yeah. But outside of that, I think that's it.
I think so. Yeah. So we'll wrap this one up. Finally, got to do a show from the West Coast here in Los Angeles, California. I'm having a blast so far. Shockingly, I didn't buy one wrestling thing. That's what's funny.
No, you bought the wrestling video game.
No, I meant like from one of the WWE shows.
Merch and stuff. Well, that's because you've been spending all your money on video games.
Weekend's not over. I need Ronda Rousey gloves.
No, you don't.
So
I will not allow that.
So this is awesome. You know, being here in LA, I do like coming. I do like to visit here.
That's good. You're not welcome back.
That's probably true.
Yes. You have one out your way.
Based on other things. But with that, I think we'll start to wrap it up. And, we can, where can they find us?
They can find us on Facebook.com/Retro Gamers Podcast. You can look for us on YouTube at the Retro Gamers Podcast. You can subscribe to us there. To watch our shows now. If you are listening to our shows, you can listen to us on Spreaker, Amazon Alexa, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify. Yeah, we're pretty much
anywhere. Just search.
Yeah, exactly. We're pretty much everywhere. And you can also find us on our website at www.theretrogamers.com.
Yes.
I think on Instagram too,
Instagram.
Right?
Retro Gamers Podcast.
At Retro Gamers Podcast on Instagram. See, Larry usually does this part because he knows it by heart, and I don't.
I like to throw him off.
Yes, yeah, and he does a good job of that. And now I'm going to throw him out of my house.
Oh, dang it! Oh well. Well, I'll leave that joke alone. So, with that being said, let's wrap this up here. And again, we're gonna have some good time. Got a lot of stuff to do today and the next couple of days.
It's a busy day. We're running right out after this.
Yep. And happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yes, a very, very happy Thanksgiving. I am very thankful that you came to visit me.
No, yeah,
this
true.
This has been a lot of fun.
It really has.
My pocket is not, my wallet is definitely not happy with me.
Yours, mine. Look, good lord.
Yeah, but you're technically on vacation. I just live here.
None of this says I was in Los Angeles.
No, absolutely. Actually, you have not bought one.
No,
Los
I
Angeles
haven't.
specific, but you've been here before.
No, I have. Yes, that's true.
But that's okay.
I know,
It's
I know.
yes. You know, it's like me bringing LA themed things back to New York.
Exactly.
It's like at this point, it's like screw you.
I'll bring New York stuff here next time.
Yeah, I want bagels and pizza.
Ooh, pizza may be a little difficult. Bagels I can do.
But I want bagels.
All right, fair
Bring
enough.
me bagels next time. Yes.
So, all right, no, and I'm thankful, honestly, yes, for our friendship all those years ago, meeting on the yearbook committee, and then getting mugged the first day we hung out.
You know what? I
that was
did not
fun.
want to remember that it was on yearbook committee. You know, you just took the nerd dial and turned it up way more.
Senior year, buddy, I was in charge of the yearbook. I had that school running senior year. So.
Sure. Running the yearbook into the ground.
No,
Yes.
no, actually, no. My yearbook was awesome.
Are you saying that mine wasn't?
I had like a cutout in mine.
Oh, good God.
Like there was a thing. Then you turn the page.
You know what? You should make a yearbook-based video game that nobody will play.
Sim yearbook.
Oh, and you know what? And I bet it would be on the Virtual Boy.
And with that, we're gonna close it up here from Los Angeles. Anthony, thank you very much. Larry, thank you very much.
Yep. Get out of my screen.
And we will catch you right here next week on the Retro Gamers Podcast. Happy Thanksgiving.